Welcome to a TiredSammch solo movie review.
Hello, and welcome to the first ever TiredSammch solo movie review. Uh, I am your host, TiredSammch, also one of the hosts of Playing on Easy mode, Playing on Easy. I'm doing a couple solo reviews because I watch a lot of movies and everybody else doesn't always have time. So, I'm going to be doing a couple by myself. It's just what it is. It's not going to be as fun, probably, because it's just me. But first movie that we're gonna do is called The Invitation. Watched it the other day when I was not feeling good at home. This movie is about a girl who, the IMDb says a young woman is courted and swept off her feet, only to realize a gothic conspiracy is afoot. Basically, what it is. It's about a woman named Evie who, gets a 23andMe or like one of those, you know, find out who your ancestor, not ancestor, but like who your family is. And so she does, she sends it in and she finds a cousin. The cousin comes and tells her, oh, we have this beautiful countryside mansion that we're going to. I'm going to a wedding. Why don't you come with me and meet the rest of the family? They'd be so happy to meet you. And so she goes. And gothic stuff happens. So when I watch this movie, I really like the character. Um, the actress is, I'm gonna probably say her name wrong, Nathalie Emmanuel. I probably butchered that name. Apologize. Great character though. I like her acting. She's very, very fun to watch. And she does really good in my opinion. Um, and so the movie itself was pretty good. It was a little long, not long in that way, but like it took a long time for the actual what was going on to kind of build up. So that wasn't the best. Like I did fall asleep in this movie and then had to rewatch it. Um had to rewatch the parts I missed, which was a good like 30-40 minutes of not that long a movie. So it wasn't the best movie. It was entertaining and it had an okay plot, which I think could have done better if they would have went in some different directions. But overall, the action was pretty cool. Um, the overall plot was interesting enough, but I just wasn't feeling it. It just wasn't the movie for me. Um, so yeah, I think this movie, if I was gonna give it a rating, actually, I'm not gonna give it a rating. I'm gonna cut that. We're done with ratings, at least for these solo reviews. So, would I recommend it to people? No. I would not recommend you to watch this movie. The actress is good. She's good in other stuff. There were a couple there was a couple people also that did a good job in it. Sean Pertwee. Again, my names are gonna be so bad. The butler in the movie, totally great as the like creepy butler guy. Fantastic. But overall, the movie was just so so. You know, maybe you like it. Maybe you would recommend it. Let me know if you think I'm wrong and you thought it was an excellent movie. Let me know why you thought it was an excellent movie. I just thought it was so so. So I wouldn't recommend it. But if it's on Netflix or something, you can watch it for, you're already paying for Netflix. Give it a watch if you're bored. You might like it. Um, but I was not the biggest fan. All right. Well, that's the beginning part. This is the first of these videos, so hopefully I'll get better as we go. But for now, if you don't want spoilers, make sure that you watch the movie before you watch this next part, because we are going to move into spoilers. Okay, so Evie is doesn't have a family anymore. Her mom died recently. Her dad died when she was little, and she's never known any family. And she's a waitress who is, or not really a waitress, she's a waitress at like parties or whatever. I forget what the word's called. And she, at one of these parties that they're working for, her friend Grace gives her a 23andMe or whatever it's called in the movie, but it's basically 23andMe. She does it. She sends it in, as I said earlier. Meets her cousin. Her cousin invites her to a wedding. The wedding ends up being at this beautiful mansion where, like, all the people there are really snooty. Like, you can tell they're real snooty. And she's not about that. She's not about that snooty life. And so you get to know like her character trying to figure out like what's going on, like who are these people. At the same time there's this dashing Lord Deville, who's the owner of the manor, who is kind of like, trying to talk at her. He's putting the moves on her. He's finding ways to be where she is, and she's digging it. Like, she thinks he's handsome, he's charming, and so you get to going with the movie, and like weird things are happening, but she's kind of just letting it, you know, slide. Like, there's a part where they talk about these carnivorous birds, and that's why they have stuff on the windows. She starts seeing stuff, like she sees hands atop her bed, and he always seems to show up like right when she needs him. Well, as the story progresses, they, become a thing and decide that he can now tell her the truth. He is actually, bum bum bum, Lord Dracula. Um, he then proceeds to say that he says that they should get married first before he reveals he's Dracula. And she's like all about it. Come to find out, he's Dracula looking for his third bride. So he already has two, but he's looking for a third. Now, yeah, I wouldn't want three brides. I don't know why he does, but more power to him. And so he reveals he's Dracula, and these four families or five families have been helping him, like, get brides when the old ones died. And the last one was Evie's great great grandmother or something like that. And she killed herself because to um she didn't want to murder people. She didn't want to be a vampire, which understandable. Not everybody does. Not everybody wants to be a vampire, which is totally understandable. So Evie kind of doesn't have a choice. She has to do this. She does try and run away at one point in the movie, and she gets to the town, and then thanks to one of the maids who is like, "I'm gonna get what I deserve, but you deserve to be free. Run back to America." So she tries to escape. She goes to these old people's house. They turn her back into Dracula, and then eventually she gets turned into a, not a vampire, but like a half breed or something like that. A lot of like weird connotations in this movie, somewhat. Um, so she gets turned. She says yes to marrying him, and then she stabs him when they get married, or like right before they're about to get married. She stabs him. He goes down. The other two wives that were characters that were in there too. One's name is Lucy. The other one is Victoria. That's how she talks. Probably not, but it's kind of how she talks. And so Victoria is like totally head over heels for Dracula. She gets whatever she wants. Lucy's kind of like nicer. And so basically, Evie stabs Dracula, runs out to try and like, she thinks he's dead. So she's like, gonna get rid of all this. Starts burning the house down, burns the Dracula priest, and then she moves on to like get out. Well, at that point, Victoria and Lucy confront her. Well, not Lucy. Victoria confronts her. Victoria and her start fighting. She's kind of trying to get away, while Victoria's like, "You're not going to get away." And then Lucy comes and saves her by pushing both of them onto a spike. They turn into ash, where Dracul comes because he's not dead; he's still alive, and he like goes to fight her, or not fight her really, but she basically gets the upper hand and pushes him into the fire, in which he dies. And then she turns back to normal because you see her nails that could go sharp go back into normal nails. And that's it. That's the end. At the very very end of the movie, you see that she uh she goes to hunt down her cousin who took her there so that he can get his. It's actually kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so like the movie overall, it doesn't have that bad of a plot. The plot could have been better. They shouldn't. I don't know why this is called The Invitation. They should have made it more obvious that it was kind of like Dracula kind of thing. Like this movie's like, The Brides of Dracula. Like, because like, I don't know. There's many other movies named The Invitation, and so it kind of is misleading in my opinion. But maybe you think differently. Um, as I said, Nathalie, I'm gonna say her name wrong, but she's great. The actor Thomas Doherty, who played Dracula, was good. I did not think he was a bad. I didn't think anybody was a bad actor in this. I thought they were all great. I just thought that the movie itself took a long time for it not taking a long time. And so, you know, in the end, being Dracula is not good, apparently. So here's my question for you as the viewer. If you had a chance to become Dracula's bride, would you? Let me know. These reviews are going to be shorter because it's just me. I'm not always going to, you know, it's just me and I. Hello. And yeah, so that's my review on The Invitation. It's very short, but maybe that'll be easier to watch. But yeah, thank you for whoever watches this. Know that I appreciate you. Subscribe, follow, leave a comment on what you thought of this movie if you watched it, or if you didn't want to watch it, let me know why. Um, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bear hug. Love you guys.